Now on Nightside, the city of Coeur d'Alene calls the security team that dragged a woman out of a town hall meeting a danger to public safety, plus new body camera footage from the same night.
The weekend is here and it's going to be warm and dry, but not for much longer. I'll explain in the First Alert forecast.
And President Trump now threatening Canada with tariffs on lumber and dairy just 24 hours after pausing tariffs on Canada and Mexico. What this means for the U.S. economy. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. And thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Just hours ago, Spokane Tribal Police announced the teenage fugitive who escaped corrections earlier this week has been found and returned to the detention center. People who were living near Timacane Creek and the Martha Boardman area were asked to lock their doors and make sure their cars were secure. On Wednesday, when the 17-year-old was first reported missing, he was last seen after swimming across the Timacane Creek and onto the reservation in Ford, north of Spokane. The teen was found in Stevens County and is back in the Martin Hall Juvenile Detention Facility tonight.
Hi, I would like to file a police report on these guys. I have scratches and bruises all over.
Well, this newly released body camera footage from the Coeur d'Alene Police Department shows what happened after a security company dragged that woman named Teresa Borenpaul out of a North Idaho town hall in February. Since this incident, public records reveal the city of Coeur d'Alene has permanently revoked the security company's license to operate. The police chief called the security company Lear Asset Management an immediate danger to the safety of the public. In the city's revocation letter sent to Lear, it said they established a failure to comply with city code as you and your agents failed to wear clearly marked uniforms. And you can see in this video, those security agents dragging Borenpaul do not have clearly marked uniforms. City code requires that uniforms worn by security agents must clearly be marked with the word security on both the back and front. Videos from different angles do not show Lear complied with these code requirements. Well, there are a lot of events happening in downtown Spokane this weekend, and if you are headed out to them, Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is helping us plan ahead. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend, Chris. A lot to look forward to.
Yes, dry conditions, warm weather as well. We will be in and out of the clouds at times. However, there's some sunshine to go along with it. Also, 4 things to know about your weather. A warmer weekend, a mix of sun and clouds, more clouds than sun on Sunday. I'll take you hour by hour through the weekend. Later in the broadcast, we spring forward, of course, on Saturday night into Sunday morning. We have cooler and wetter weather on the way next week. Here's a broad view on our satellite and radar. High pressure is in control, but it is not strong enough to keep the clouds out. We also have a few isolated showers up along the Canadian border, and these clouds will continue to stream through overnight, and we'll start the day off tomorrow with some clouds. Our hour-by-hour forecast for Saturday will start off right around freezing, mostly to partly cloudy skies for the first part of the day. We're already at 40 degrees by 9 o'clock. Starting to see some clearing as we get into the afternoon. 49 at noon. We're heading to a high temperature of 54 degrees. Our average high is 46. We do have more clouds on the way for Saturday, and eventually those clouds producing some rain and snow in your forecast. I'll explain in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
All right, thank you, Chris. And starting Monday, Freya Street will close in northeast Spokane while city crews replace a water main. Between Garland and Wellesley, the road, sidewalks, and stormwater drains will be reconstructed to support future development. And there will be a detour in place. The closure will last through the entire summer. 400 elementary students in Moses Lake are being transferred to other schools because of a faulty electrical system at Groff Elementary. Groff students are expected to do remote learning for next week before starting at new schools on the 17th. The Moses Lake School District says getting students back to in-person learning is the top priority.
The one thing that we are excited about in that process, if you can be excited about having to do this, is we are keeping grade levels together.
Groff Elementary will be closed for the rest of the year while the district makes repairs to the electrical system. Around the nation now, President Donald Trump is expected to sign an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education. There is also growing uncertainty about the future of the financial arm of the agency, which makes loans directly to students, and whether the government will continue to lend money. Thursday, Trump acknowledged his effort to shutter the agency is complicated by the trillions of dollars in student loans. If the Trump administration succeeds in ending the department, some programs and funding could be retained and shifted to other agencies. President Trump is furthering the trade war by threatening a 250% increase on Canadian lumber and dairy. This after pausing tariffs to Mexico and Canada just one day ago. The uncertainty hitting the stock market as consumers wait for this to impact their wallets. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has more from Los Angeles.
Just 24 hours after pausing 25% tariffs on goods on Canada and Mexico for a month, President Trump now threatening Canada with a tariff of up to 250% on dairy and lumber, further exacerbating his trade war.
Canada has been ripping us off for years on tariffs for lumber and for dairy products.
Trump saying he's imposing tariffs to create manufacturing jobs in the U.S.
We're going to bring back our business into this country. We need it from a job standpoint.
Economists warning tariffs on lumber will impact home builders and construction firms in the U.S., passing the cost to consumers and increasing the cost of home prices.
It's hard on home builders. It's hard on prospective home buyers. It isn't good for anybody.
The new jobs report showing 151,000 new jobs added to the workforce last month, slightly below expectations. The stock market in the green at the end of the day, but still following a volatile day of trading after the Dow dropped more than 400 points. Overall, the S&P 500 having its worst week since September because of uncertainty with tariffs. Despite the turbulence, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell saying the economy is in a good place.
The path to sustainably returning inflation to our target has been bumpy, and we expect that to continue.
Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The Class B state semifinals headline Spokane Arena today, which means no more 9 a.m. games. We do start this afternoon between defending state champion Colfax against #1 overall seed Columbia. Pass inside for the Bulldogs finds Caleb Lustig. He gets the shot up, but in flies some help. Still can't get the shot, so Lustig goes again, this time off the glass and in. Back to Columbia. Bounce pass to Tristan Fremont. That three's a beauty. Coyotes lead, but now they're in firm control. Columbia delivering to Quincy Scott. Calmly buries another Coyotes a big lead. Colfax has a 24-point fourth quarter, but they can't complete the comeback. Columbia wins it 59-56, booking a spot in the finals. That halftime dance by the Spokane Tribe and Whelp, and it was a great break for both teams after a defensive break, but Nia Bay dominating this one. How about that one? Kaylee Moss saving the play with the make. Won't take long for Martin on the other end. Long pass. Look at the shot. Inside, off the glass. Effortless save of the possession. And now Angel Haltonen coast to coast, just like her Lady Reds, coming over 400 miles to get here. They stay another night. Nia Bay advances 53-30 to win it on tomorrow's title game. And with all this high school basketball action tonight, you won't want to miss the college hoops updates too. Gonzaga men's basketball team speaking with us on their upcoming WCC semifinal game in Vegas a few days away. Kirsten, back to you.
All right, Jack, thank you. It's going to be a busy weekend here in Spokane. The Fairgrounds hosting the annual Spring Arts and Crafts Market with over 250 local artists for the weekend, and an all-genre book sale with over 10,000 books, all for just 25 cents. That's at the Page 42 bookstore, along with many other events happening downtown, including, still to come, an actor returning to Spokane to relive the time he spent filming Vision Quest in the Lilac City. Hear from Matthew Modine as he looks back on the movie and the city that helped jumpstart his career, and how you might have the chance to see him in person.
Oh, we love Matthew Modine in Spokane. And oh, I love Schweitzer. Look at our pick of the night. This was taken today. A lot going on here with the almost dry conditions in the valley, the snow on the Selkirks, the ski runs in the foreground, and the yurt. If you haven't been to the yurt at Schweitzer, oh, it's a lot of fun. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by the YWCA Women of Achievement Luncheon.
All right, so let's begin.
Spend 2025 with Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Oh, no one else is clapping?
New Kimmel, weeknights on ABC.
Hey, Rob, let's gear up and go this year.
Try searching, fishing, and hunting.
I know where I'm going, yeah.
Let's go.
This year, the outdoors is unleashed at the Big Horn Show, March 20th to 23rd at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. Veterans, first responders, and military enjoy $7 tickets on Hero Day, plus a free Dave Bray USA concert. On Family Days, kids are free. Get tickets at bighornshow.com. Presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. I can take real good care of you. See? All taken care of. Works perfectly for you, right?
It's important that you are taken care of properly. At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and the North American 2025 Truck of the Year, Ford Ranger, fully prepared.
Did you sleep here last night?
If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready.
And this crew is Truck Month ready.
Lease a 24 F-150 STX 4x4 for $399 a month for 36, or buy with 1.9% for 36, only at your local Ford dealer.
Bad back? Get Good Feet with the personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store. Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet, good life. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Spokane Arena and NCAA Division I Women's Basketball.
That name, this movie still bring goosebumps to many in the Inland Northwest. Vision Quest turns 40 years old this year. You would never know it. The movie was shot in Spokane back in 1985, featuring a young Matthew Modine, who went on to star in several other high-profile films like Full Metal Jacket. Modine is back in town right now, celebrating the 40th anniversary in tandem with the Spokane International Film Festival. And he shared stories, advice, and anecdotes like how he was able to convince Stanley Kubrick not to kill off his character in Full Metal Jacket. We asked him if there was a part of Spokane that stuck with him all these years later, and he gave us this answer.
And as a metaphor, as a kind of spiritual metaphor, it's so important to be able to have those kind of bridges to bring the community together. You know, that's what the purpose that the bridge is built for, is to bring community together.
If you watch Jordan Smith's full interview and what he was able to talk with Modine about, you'll kind of get a feel of just the personality. He's got such a great personality. You can catch the 40th anniversary of Vision Quest this Sunday at the Fox Theater, and Modine is actually going to be there for a live Q&A with Jess Walters. Also this weekend, the 26th annual Spokane Film Festival, which runs Friday through Sunday. Tickets are going quick. I actually just looked it up. You can still purchase tickets.
He is a class act.
You've met him.
I did, at the 30th anniversary, and he is dreamy.
That's where the giggle was coming from. He is. It was me. It was me.
But he's a nice man. And
yeah, I mean, he's a superstar. He's a superstar.
You would act like he acts like he's your next door neighbor, just the nicest, just a tremendous person. Whew.
We're lucky he's here.
And be sure to set your clocks forward if you're going to go see Matthew Modine or have any other plans on Sunday, because daylight saving time starts 7:13 a.m. will be the sunrise on Sunday. I know that's kind of a bummer for early risers. Those of us on the night shift sure appreciate that later sunset. 6:47, just another sign that spring is on the way. day. Temperatures right now are in the 30s in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Not sunny anymore in Coeur d'Alene, but it is partly cloudy. Morning lows across the region will be down below freezing in most locations. 31 in Spokane, in the 20s in Colville, Bonners Ferry, and Sandpoint. 29 tomorrow morning in Pullman. Our high temperatures in the 50s. Our average high is in the mid-40s, but we're looking at 54 tomorrow in Spokane, 53 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Taking a look at our forecast radar, kind of a lot going on heading into this weekend. We have a ridge of high pressure in place, but storms are storming the gates and they are trying to make their way in. Let's do our forecast radar starting off at our current time. The clouds will be streaming across the region overnight. Here's 9 a.m. May see a mountain shower or two up along the Canadian border and through the Cascades. We go through the day on Saturday and should clear out nicely. Pretty sunset. Here's 6 p.m. As we get into Sunday morning, a few clouds streaming through, but still a fair amount of sunshine. But you could see the wet weather on the west side of the state. That's going to fall as snow during the day on Sunday. By Sunday at 6 o'clock, we start to see a chance of precipitation on this side of the mountains in the form of rain. If you are traveling west over Stevens or Snoqualmie Pass, 3 to 6 inches of snow on Sunday, and the potential for a little bit of snow on Lookout Pass late in the day on Sunday as that system approaches. We're going to be up at 56 degrees on Sunday, and then the cool down starts. We're going to be just a hair below average. This white line is our average high. Highs in the mid-40s, not too far off the mark, but with overnight lows down in the 30s, we're going to start to see some snow trying to mix in with the rain. Winds are going to pick up late in the day on Sunday as that system approaches. A little bit of wet weather Sunday night into Monday, and then a much better chance of measurable precipitation as we get into Tuesday night and Wednesday in particular. And with the timing on that, expect to see some snow mixing in with the rain. And the great news about this is that it is going to be falling as snow in the mountains, with a last stretch of beefing up our snowpack. March is a big month for that, and we could use a little more snow up there in the mountains, Kirsten.
Yeah, all right, it is good news. Thank you, Chris. This afternoon, a death row inmate in South Carolina became the first person in over a decade to be killed by a firing squad. This is Brad Sigmund. He was convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend's parents in 2001. Before being executed, Sigmund delivered a closing statement that he said was one of love and a calling to my fellow Christians to help us end the death penalty. The firing squad could soon become more common. In Idaho, there's a bill to make it the main execution method, heading to Governor Little's desk. Mary Sheridan explains why some lawmakers are against the change.
A handful of states, including Idaho, allow for firing squads under certain circumstances. In the Gem State, it became a backup method back in 2023 when prisons could obtain the drugs necessary for lethal injection. The bill cites the botched execution of Thomas Creech last year when the execution team was not able to find a suitable vein for an IV line. Supporters of the bill say a firing squad is more humane.
In my view, the firing squad is a more humane way to execute those on death row because it is quick, it is certain. It brings justice for the victims and their families.
One Idaho Republican argued a firing squad is anything but humane.
The consequences of a botched firing squad execution are more graphic, more mentally, psychologically devastating than any botched attempt with a lethal drug.
And even if Governor Little signs the bill into law, the Department of Corrections could not execute anyone with a firing squad until it finishes construction on a new facility. In studio tonight, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Mary. Authorities in New Mexico now say actor Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, died 1 week apart from each other in their home. They say Arakawa died from hantavirus in early February, 1 week before Hackman died of heart disease and Alzheimer's. The New Mexico Office of the Medical Investigator says Hackman was in an advanced state of Alzheimer's, and it's quite possible he was not aware that his wife had died. His autopsy also showed he had not eaten eaten in a while. One of their 3 dogs was also found dead. Hackman was 95 years old. Arakawa was 65. Just last month, Whitman County Public Health said 1 person died in the first confirmed case of hantavirus in Washington. It is a serious lung disease that humans can only get from infected rodents. Historically, the state has between 1 and 5 confirmed cases each year. Hantavirus is not spread from person to person. An early bedtime may be a good idea this weekend. Remember, we lose that hour. Spring forward. Tips to keep your sleep schedule in check coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The race is on to save thousands during the 72-hour kickoff sale at Cal, where they are marking down rigs to sell fast, plus delaying all payments until June 1st with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included today through this Sunday at Cal.
ABC's World News Tonight at 4 News Now, when the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home, watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
We all have a friend who loves the McDonald's hot, crispy Filet-O-Fish. My friend, you could be that friend.
Friends don't let friends miss buy one, add one for $1 on these classics.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
A real meal deserves a real dessert, like the DQ $7 meal deal with your choice of all this for just $7. Because a full-size meal without that satisfying sweet treat, that's like chicken strips with no dip, like a burger with no bun, like a sundae with no drizzle. Whether you go for chicken strips or a cheeseburger, treat yourself to an honest-to-goodness meal with full-size fries, a drink, and dessert, all for just $7 a DQ.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show, SpokaneHomeShows.com.
It's that time of year again, trying to remember how to adjust the clocks on your stove or microwave for daylight saving time. And while we technically only lose an hour, it can really throw off your sleep schedule. Experts say the shift in light exposure can cause sleep disturbances for days after the change. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine says it is also linked to a rise in car crashes, cardiovascular events, mood changes, and other problems.
Some people are more affected by the change than others. And people who are more affected are likely people who already have some sleep difficulties.
Parents of young children, I see you. To ease in, experts suggest changing your sleep schedule at least a little bit right now. They say try and wake up and go to bed 15 to 20 minutes earlier if you can, and also be sure to get at least 7 hours of sleep before and after the change to make sure you're adequately rested. Expose yourself to bright morning sunlight the week after the time change to help reset your internal clock. We'll do our best. WSU and EWU football hosted a joint pro day together. Watch and hear up next how the big showcase to the NFL scouts went for the draft hopefuls.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
It's an all-new season of the $100,000 Pyramid. So you know what that means.
Ruh-roh.
We got a brand new slate of stars.
Boom. I don't read words, I read body language.
Huge laughs.
I have not switched partners in one night since last weekend.
What time is this show on? And the kind of wins that will have you jumping for joy.
Michael Strahan hosts an all-new season of Pyramid. Premieres Sunday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Today, tonight, and tomorrow, Cal Cars is kicking off the month with a 72-hour sale at both Cal locations, where they are marking down over 72 trucks, cars, and SUVs to sell fast. Plus, delaying all payments until June 1st. And $0 down is all you need. This is your chance to save thousands and trade your old vehicle in for something better with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included. But it's only today through this Sunday at Cal.
Heart Royal Flush Tour 2025.
Barracuda.
March 11th, Spokane Arena. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. The iconic band returns with special guest Squeeze. Tickets on sale now at heart-music.com. Don't miss Heart and Squeeze live. Produced by AEG Presents.
Yeah, definitely. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.
All right. Thanks. All right. Take care. Bye, everyone.
College football offseason enters perhaps its most exciting time of the season with the NFL draft quickly approaching. So now it's pro day time. And sports reporter Sydney Berger made the trek down to Pullman this morning to hear how the WSU Cougs and EW Eags handled this big step in their potential pro careers.
Today is a day about the stats and the numbers, but for the Washington State and Eastern Washington players that participated in Pro Day, it's about everything else that led them to this moment. 27 NFL scouts were in attendance for a Cougar-Eagle combined Pro Day. Washington State's Esa Pole knew today was his moment.
The biggest thing is just a relief that is, I got it out the way. I gave it everything I got. A lot of people say that they like what they saw. I'm hoping that, that comes with some action, and just wanted to put on for the Cougs.
WSU's top receiver for the past 2 seasons is also the biggest name representing Washington State in the draft. Kyle Williams attended the NFL Combine a few days ago and was most likely confident enough in that performance to skip out on WSU's Pro Day. But Eagles pass catcher Efton Chisholm will likely go down as one of the best in program history after a record-breaking career at Eastern. He says loyalty is an easy trait to sell to NFL teams.
Going through the whole transfer portal, NIL, and then, for me to stay, I hope that, that has a impression on these guys and they see the loyalty I have, and then just the career and number-wise I've put up and chasing Coop and trying to be as close as I can to him as a receiver. So, it's been awesome. Eastern's prepared me for this moment, and I'm very thankful I'm an Eagle. Players
took on the bench press, vertical jump, broad jump, shuttles, and the 40-yard dash. And while the 40 times are kept with the scouts, Pole heard some positive rumors.
Honestly, I heard like 3 different times. So I'm going to pick the fastest one. I'm going to tell you the fastest one. We're not going to listen to the other one. I heard a 5.21, which is pretty good. And I thought that's the fastest I've ever ran since I've been training. So felt like I was flying today. And if anything else comes out on Twitter, fake news.
Reporting in Pullman, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
Just love that quote from Pole. And we're still 3 days away from the Gonzaga men's basketball WCC tournament semifinal game. There's still 3 teams the Zags could face next round. LMU you're seeing now, Washington State, they both play tomorrow night, and the winner there plays 3 seed San Francisco on Sunday. All 3 of these teams, Gonzaga, they have a perfect record against this season. But despite this success, team was talking to us about how they have to remain very dialed in for a new level of postseason intensity.
Just preparing and getting our mental focus on, getting these wins and getting stops on the defensive end. I think just knowing that as a whole and going into each game knowing that, I think it'll be beneficial than just preparing for one team or, this specific team.
The Zags tip off on that late game Monday in Vegas at 8:30 p.m. in the Orleans Arena. Back to high school, the DeSales Irish and Elmira Cooley Heartline Warriors student sections rowdy and proud ahead of this 2B semifinal. ACH's Max Grindy grinds out a Warriors' second 3, take a 6-2 lead with the sharp shooting, but the Irish are staying patient here. Cohen Wood taking himself to the rack, rolls another shot, bringing the game level at 8. That's not all from DeSale. Spencer Green with this amazing save keeps the possession alive, manning Filan hop steps. Couple more. What a sequence. The Irish in front by a few, but ACH will close out the win. Strong second half. Northwest Christian coming into this game at 20-4. Reardon a hair better, 23-2. First quarter, great pass to Kipri Dennison. She rumbles inside, lays it on in. Look at the little fake there. Open up the scoring 2-0, screaming Eagles. But the Crusaders get right back in this. Juliana Pope delivering on the other end. Cut to the cup, off the backboard. Perfection. Reardon not too concerned. Look at the thumbs up by Denise Waters, calmly taking it past midcourt. And she's just going to launch it. Perfect three. Reardon, incredible. They end up on top in this one. And the road ending tonight for the Mount Spokane Wildcats in the 3A boys side. They fall 41-34 to the Edmonds Woodway Warriors after a rough 27% shooting night, just 3 for 18 from three. Wildcats in their season at 19-9. They went 8-2 in the GSL. Deer Park also heartbroken tonight. We've talked about them for months. Undefeated streak, but it's over. They lose 58-50 to the Ellensburg Bulldogs, despite 9 made three-pointers compared to the Dogs' 3. Lady Stags conclude their year at 25-1, perfect 12-0 in GSL play. So bringing us back to those college games. LMU defeats San Diego State late here. So as I mentioned, Lions against Washington State men's hoops tomorrow night. Could be a lot of fun in that game. And maybe WSU Gonzaga in the semifinal. They're going to have to win a couple games, but it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, LMU, that's my sister's school. So now I'm going to have to figure out who to root for.
Great jerseys.
All right, back after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Welcome to the card for Zags fans who dream big. Get your exclusive Gonzaga debit card from Numerica today.
The race is on to save thousands during the 72-hour kickoff sale at Cal, where they are marking down rigs to sell fast, plus delaying all payments until June 1st with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included today through this Sunday at Cal.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
All right, he's fixed. Place should be ready by game time.
Ah, sweet, man. But hey, since you're here, you want to play a quick game of horse?
I've never played before, but, well, I just get into the hoop?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Like that?
You know what? Forget the game. Show me that work you did on the furnace earlier.
Okay, yeah. That was pretty good, though, right?
Let's just worry about the furnace for now.
You think I could dunk?
92.9 CCU. CCU.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Dry and warm this weekend, but the clouds and showers are going to show up Sunday late in the day.
Okay, and we do want to give you another live look at the Nest Cam in Southern California. For those of you who have been watching, there are 21,000 watching right now, including 3 of us here at the desk.
Yeah.
This is from Southern California, Big Bear. People have been tuning in. There are 3 eagle eggs that we're trying to see, and they're, of course, underneath the mama or daddy there.
2 eaglets hatched, and 1 is pipping.
This is from earlier, where you can actually see them moving around. Are we going to see the eggs pipping? Oh, no, that was from earlier in the week.
Oh, there the eaglets are.
Yes, and during the 5 o'clock, we saw one.
Yeah, they're cute.
Oh, now we're getting a call. You're probably watching too.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us.